If you're keeping score, Governor DeSantis has been in the hot seat with ruling reversals in these past few weeks.
And yesterday, a judge put the brakes on the so-called anti-riot bill. It was just one of a series of recent court challenges.
10 Tampa Bay's Eric Glasser explains those rulings and why the governor is confident he'll ultimately prevail.
We'll seek a stay of that.
Recently, Governor Ron DeSantis has come out on the losing end of a series of key court orders, each overturning a law or executive order that DeSantis himself had made a priority.
More things are resonating with more people fighting back.
Most recently, a judge blocked DeSantis' highly touted HB1, the so-called anti-riot bill, which opponents argued was too broad and undermined people's right to peacefully protest.
The courts are ruling for what's right. The courts are listening to us.
It was only a day earlier that another judge took the teeth out of DeSantis' ban on in-school mask mandates. Days before that, a federal judge blocked the governor's highly prioritized social media or big tech law. And days before that, following a legal back and forth, a federal judge issued an injunction siding with cruise lines, snubbing DeSantis' vaccine passport policy.
And he believes these are the issues that he can turn the voter base out, but it is starting to have some implications on him that he wasn't thinking about.
In each case, DeSantis has vowed to eventually prevail.
Of course, we will appeal. I am confident that that will be reinstated. We will win that on appeal.
And Governor DeSantis has seen some success having lower court rulings reversed. For example, getting the stay on those in-school mask mandates reinstated today by what he considers a friendlier 11th Circuit Court of Appeal.
He's right. I mean, it's played out. You can see some of the previous rulings and again, the ruling that occurred today.
The legal challenges, by the way, don't end there. A federal judge has also scheduled trials in January for lawsuits testing Florida's new and arguably more restrictive elections law.
Governor DeSantis' most recent court loss, HB1, also known as the anti-riot law. It went into effect on April 19th, but a U.S. district judge just called it unconstitutional and unenforceable. The key issue is how state and local law enforcement define the word riot and how this definition can be used to ignore people's First Amendment rights. So what does HB1 say? How does it impact civil rights groups? And why did the judge rule against it? Let's take a deeper dive on that. The law itself increases penalties for crimes made during a riot or violent protest. But the bill's text does not elaborate, saying these penalties can be enforced, quote, under specified circumstances. U.S. District Judge Mark Walker called this vague and overbroad, saying that, quote, because it is unclear whether a person must share an intent to do violence, and because it's unclear what it means to participate, the statute can plausibly be read to criminalize continuing to protest after violence occurs, even if the protesters are not involved in and do not support the violence. Critics say ultimately this means that those peacefully protesting can be caught up in an unconstitutional confrontation with police.